A man, whenever he went home to visit his elderly mother, would fill a bag with bricks and leave them arranged in the yard, then walk into the house empty-handed. Even so, when his long-absent son returned, the mother was overjoyed. She even planned to slit the throat of the old hen she had raised for 30 years to make a nourishing meal. The son hurriedly stopped her, saying he still had work and would have to leave soon. Embarrassed, he admitted that the reason he had come back this time was to ask for some money. To his surprise, the mother didn't get angry. Instead, she happily took out all her savings, even the loose change in her pockets, and handed them over. The son immediately began spending lavishly on her, promising that once he had money, he would build her a proper tiled house. The mother refused the offer. She only asked that when he had the means, he continue to look for his younger brother. Hearing this, the man brusquely pushed his mother's hand away, worried that if his brother were found he might contest the family's property. The mother tried to remind him that family comes first and urged him to do everything he could to find his brother. He became upset and walked out of the house. What he didn't know was that the elderly mother spent almost all her time sitting where the younger son had gone missing years ago, hoping to find him. Unexpectedly, that day an incident occurred. A delivery van suddenly malfunctioned and drove toward the mother. The driver realized he had hit someone but didn't stop or call for help. Instead, he fled the scene. Luckily, a CEO happened to be passing by and, seeing the elderly woman lying on the ground, didn't hesitate. He rushed her to the hospital. The doctors said her condition was serious and that surgery was needed, and they required a family member to sign. The CEO instructed his assistant to try to locate the woman's family. When he came to the hospital and heard about what happened and the doctor told him the amount for the surgery. Hearing that figure, the man froze. He simply didn't have that kind of money. His girlfriend pulled him aside and suggested it might be better to hold a funeral. That way they would stop being burdened and could collect condolence money to use as her bride price. Reluctant but eager to secure the marriage, the man finally agreed. As they were leaving, the CEO emerged with a payment form. His assistant had already found the elderly woman's information and discovered that she might be his own birth mother. To be sure, the CEO ordered a DNA test. The results confirmed it was indeed his biological mother. Not only did the DNA match, but records showed she had been searching for him for years. "They've been searching for me all these years," the CEO said, shaken. "You mustn't let anything happen to her now that I'm back." The medical staff reassured him. Although her condition appeared severe, it was actually a mild head injury causing unconsciousness and she should recover. "I've found you," he whispered to her at the bedside. "I'll stay by your side until you wake up." Meanwhile, the older son, intent on arranging a funeral to collect money, had taken the seriously ill mother out of the hospital. When the CEO returned, he found the hospital bed empty. The older son had brought her home and immediately began planning the funeral. At the ceremony, he acted the part of the noble son to perfection, but he shed not a single real tear. His performance impressed the guests, who praised him as a devoted, dutiful son. Even the bride's mother was moved and agreed to the marriage. The man was delighted and, fearing complications if the situation dragged on, planned to cremate the mother quickly to finish the funeral. What he didn't know was that the mother was slowly regaining consciousness. At some point, he paused and quietly looked at the grave. His girlfriend, feeling anxious, urged him to finish the final part of the ceremony as quickly as possible and even gave him a brick to complete the last ritual. As he lifted the brick and began the symbolic offering, something unexpected happened. A hand appeared from the opening. Shocked, he forced the hand inside with the brick. As he turned to dismiss the funeral, his mother pushed down the brick. Everyone stood frozen in disbelief.